Hey guys, Jeeps here, and welcome back to Guild Wars 2. Been a while since we've been here, but the game is now actually out, as I'm sure many of you know, and I want to do a quick video on The Thief. Why The Thief? Because it's what I've been playing, and they're awesome. So, before we get started, I would like to say this is not going to be a full skill-by-skill, everything rundown of this class. This is going to be an overview of what the things that are unique about them, why I find them enjoyable, and just kind of give you a brief overview, quick glance in highlight video of the Thief. What makes them a unique class? So, let's get started, shall we? So, as many of you know, if you've been playing, or if you've just been following the game at all, classes, for the most part, don't use a resource system in this game. There's no mana, there's no rage, there's no energy. Abilities, other than your main auto attack, work on a cooldown system. The Thief doesn't work this way. The Thief actually does have a resource called Initiative. Now, obviously, everyone has this resource here, the dodging endurance resource. That's different. But Thieves have this thing called Initiative. Now, what does this do exactly? Well, let's demonstrate on this MOA. All your abilities except your auto attack take Initiative. As you can see, it goes down, goes down, goes down, and he goes down. What you probably may have noticed there, if you were paying attention, is that I never had a cooldown I had to worry about. Thieves don't work on a cooldown system. Thieves, I don't know what a thief is. Thieves, instead, do work on a resource system, which allows them to attack blindingly quickly. Oh, that's not an enemy. Pretty much, Thieves can attack really, really quickly, unload a lot of damage, and then have a cooldown period afterwards. That's a pretty different way of doing things. Especially when you're in a game based around not having resources. I love it. It makes for the Thief as a really, really dynamic, quick attacking, quick moving, quick everything class. You're moving around a lot, you are doing a lot of damage, it's great. But then, of course, you do have a big cooldown afterwards while you wait for your initiative to recharge. You do have some skills that can negate this a little bit, but you're at the mercy of your resources. So, a bit more familiar to other games, but makes the Thief very, very, very quick. I love it. Now, in combat, Thieves have a couple mechanics which kind of set them apart that would be kind of their hallmark traits. One of these is stealth, as you would probably guess from the rogue archetype class of the game. The other is a thing called shadow stepping, which is teleporting. Yeah, that's right, teleporting. Mages don't do it, Thieves do. Well, okay, Elementalists might, I'm actually not sure, but Thieves do it all the time. Now, stealth is a bit different in this game than, say, your general MMO or just general RPG in general. Wow, I just said the word general far too many times, ha 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 ha. Instead of having it be a passive thing you can just activate and, you know, sneak around slower and do sneak attacks, you have abilities that put you into stealth, usually for only a few seconds. Now, while you're in stealth, this drops aggro because enemies lose sight of you, and you can't be targeted by anything, but AoE abilities will still hit you as normal. However, when you're in stealth, your main attack gains special properties. For example, here, that one at the top, sneak attack, if I'm from stealth, I will do that as opposed to my normal chain vital shot. Usually means it has some sort of special ability. As you can see here, it has a bleed effect, which is much, much higher than vital shots, and does a big amount of damage. It's just 5 quick shots in this case. But you need abilities that can put you into stealth. Well, here I am using pistol and dagger, and number 5, my 5 ability on my offhand dagger, is a stab that puts me into stealth. So let's demonstrate it on another pink MOA. Boom, stab him in stealth for 3 seconds, and I can just unload there, throw a knife at him, and down he goes. Now, we also have shadow stepping. Shadow stepping, like I said, is teleporting. We don't even have to switch weapon sets to get a good ability for demonstrating this. Let's find another. Here's a, well, I guess, yeah, we're killing this green MOA now. If I hit 3, well, if I were positioned better. Come on. Okay. Well, let's try that again. Take 2. There was a hill in the way. I said, if I hit 3, shadow step away. After stabbing them. Funnily enough, if you do sword or dagger pistol instead of pistol dagger, you get the opposite version of that ability where you shoot them and then shadow step next to them to stab them. Now, as it's set up here, this allows for a very kitey build because with pistol dagger, You can do decent damage at range. You can use your 4 throwing knife to slow something down. Then when they get close to you, you stab them and teleport away. Lather, rinse, repeat. You can just kite someone indefinitely. They will never make it to you. It generally just allows for a lot of redirecting and movement around unsuspectedly with this class. Short bow is a really good example of this. It actually allows you a targeted teleport ability. Just ground target, you teleport there. And it does a debuff to everyone around you. Very, very cool. And it makes thieves just feel dynamic in combat. You're stealthing, you're teleporting around, you're just everywhere. Let's go dual daggers and just wail on one more thing. Just for fun. Come here. Come here. Death Blossom action. And down he goes. I didn't actually Shadow Step even once there, but whatever. It was still cool. It was still very cool. Now, the Thief does actually have one other pretty cool mechanic, which is why they're actually called Thieves to begin with, and not teleporting Death Ninjas of Doom, which is really what they are, other than this. Steal. That's right, we actually have an ability to steal from things. Now, this one uses Shadow Stepping, which is awesome, and it's also cooldown based. There is no initiative cost to steal, and it's bound to F1 automatically. You can probably change key bindings, I'm sure, but F1 standard. We're going to test out on this Firefly, providing this person doesn't kill it. He didn't. Cool. So, what does steal do? Now, it doesn't actually just steal something the thing has equipped. What it does is every monster has a pool of stealable environmental weapons, air quotes, on them. Steal takes one of these and replaces the steal ability with that. So let's demonstrate by nicking whatever this Firefly has. Alright, we've done that. Now let's just kill him. Goodbye. Let's see what our spoils are, shall we? Throw scale. So we have a throwing weapon. It's a scale. I don't really know Fireflies have scale. That does a lot, actually. Wow, this is a pretty damn good one. Okay. So it inflicts bleeding, poison, and weakness on them. This one's really good. Let's demonstrate it on this jungle bastard right here. So now we hit F1. We just keep this, probably until logout. I have never tested to see if this stays on logout, but whatever. You can use it whenever. It doesn't have a time limit, as best as I can tell, for it to disappear. And it gives you a bunch of cool other abilities, like this. So that thing just got wailed on with all those debuffs, and is now underground. Oh, they crippled me. You incorrigible bastard. You know, just for that, I'm gonna steal from you. Ah, and a venom sac. Cool. We actually need those for crafting. And from him, we stole a tooth stab. We do bleed, pretty big bleed, actually, and do some damage. As you can see, this lets you get a whole host of abilities the Thief and just other classes might not actually ever have. Very nice. Some of these are extremely powerful. Some of them are very useful, too. Sometimes I've picked up one that just stealths you. It's just a smoke bomb, pretty much. Going to stealth means a free backstab out of nowhere. Always good. I probably should have been closer to use that. But yeah, steal. Unique mechanic of this class, along with Shadow Step, which it actually uses. Shouldn't be using that so close. Well, okay, this is not going so well. So heal. Yeah, bring it. Yeah, along with Shadow Stepping and Teleport, that's the same thing, and Stealth, and all that good stuff. Makes it a very, very cool class. You get some free extra abilities, which kind of balances out the fact that Thieves don't have a huge number of weapon options compared to the other martial classes, like Rangers and Warriors, and I guess Engineers kind of count. Rangers and Warriors, probably the biggest other martial classes. Let's take a look, actually, at what we have to offer. We go over this, go over to skills, we go to weapon skills. In the main hand, we can equip swords. We have short bows, which are a two-handed weapon. Main hand and offhand daggers, main hand, offhand pistols, and then just our underwater weapons, which we get spears and harpoon guns, which is half of them. That's nice. But yeah, not a whole lot of weapon options. Gives us 7 possible combinations between sword dagger, sword pistol, dual pistols, dual daggers, dagger pistol, pistol dagger, and of course the short bow. I'm not going to go into what all of them do exactly. I just find this kind of worth noting. The short bow is actually kind of like a short to mid-range AoE weapon, which is kind of cool. But it's also the only 200 weapon we have. But yeah, not a lot of options compared to some other classes, but I find made up for by some pretty cool unique mechanics between teleporting and just the raw speed at which they can lay out attacks. And the fact that Death Blossom is possibly the coolest looking attack I've ever seen in an MMO. Dual daggers is so fun. Holy crap. But yeah, not a lot of weapons, but a lot of cool stuff you can do. I highly recommend giving the Thief a try. If you want something that feels a little different than your standard... Wow, I cannot get up this. Your standard rogue archetype in MMOs. They don't feel quite the same. They've got this very, very fast, kind of almost like duelist quality to them. Do a lot of upfront damage and then have a bit of a delay before they can do more. They warp around a lot, they evade a lot, they can turn invisible, and they can actually steal. How uncommon is that in an MMO, to actually be able to steal as a thief? It's awesome. Absolutely awesome. That's going to be it for now, my friends. As always, like, subscribe, share, comment, good, fun things, poop. I don't know why I said that. I've been Jeeps. As always, I will talk to you guys later.